Hey guys, welcome to the channel and welcome to my first HO scale build. As you can see here, I got a shelf layout put up opposite to my N scale layout and sort of right above my workbench, so a little tight on space, but wanted something that I could do some small operations on, small switching layout. I've really enjoyed working on some of the HO stuff that I have rolling stock wise. It's a really convenient size, obviously one of the most popular for model railroading. So it gives me a chance to sort of dip my toe into HO scale, try a few things, see what I like in preparation for what is hopefully going to be sort of my dream layout, which will be a large N scale rendition of sort of Chatham to Erieau for the CNO based loosely 1952-ish time frame. But in the meantime, I want to sort of practice and hone my skills with respect to HO track work, electronics, operations, car card systems, trying to find something that's going to work for that layout. I want to trial it here first, so I'm going to bring you guys along for that ride. I had showed in the past that I had built just some quick bench work, nothing crazy. I wanted this to be portable, so it's just sitting on shelf brackets that I can unscrew and actually remove. And the way I'm going to build this is I'm going to keep it so that it's essentially two modules. So as you can see, I've got the main module here and then a secondary one that attaches here with just a seam. So I want to be able to lift one piece out and take it, still have operations available on this, but that's almost like an additional cassette to the layout where when I put it in at home, I've got some extra room to play with for cars. This one here, the idea being I'd like it to be portable. I'd like to be able to take it to some shows, dealer days or whatever at hobby shops, things of that nature, sort of show off the work and have something cool to play with and, try to promote the hobby. So that's sort of the goal of this. So just two shelf brackets on either module lifts off. I could in fact take the whole L, but the thought process behind it right now is this is very manageable to get into the back of the truck and haul it around where I need to take it and do what I want to do with it. So what I'll do is I'm going to take you guys off the tripod and just give you a quick sense of what I'm doing here. I'm just laying out some track. I've been playing around with a couple of different track plans. There's obviously a lot when it comes to shelf layouts of guys that have done some great legwork for you. I'm just trying to see what fits for me, not only from an operations standpoint, but more importantly from a scenery standpoint. I want to make sure that it fits and that I have an idea of what I'm doing with that particular space. So I'll take you guys through sort of my thought process. You'll get a rough idea of what I've got going on here. Nothing's finalized. It's just sort of pinned down for now. Just playing around with the track configuration to see what is going to work best. So everything I'm using here is Pico track. It is their line 83 or code 83. Now for that, I think I'm going to keep the mainline run. It's going to be up on the roadbed, obviously, up on the cork. I'll keep that 83, but I think I'm actually going to go after trying to get some 55 for the leads. And possibly even the turnouts. A lot of the turnouts are 83s as well. It's a pretty heavy code for something that's, a display, but I still want it to be bulletproof, and I don't have enough experience with HO scale to know, whether the code 55 from an operations standpoint is as bulletproof as the 83. Obviously with the larger rail, it's going to be a little more forgiving. You get into that finer stuff, and from what I've read and what I've interpreted online and on some of the forums, it can get a little trickier. So want to play around with that too. So enough of me gabbing. I'm going to get you over here. We're going to have a look at it, show you what we got going on, and we'll take it from there. Cheers. Okay guys, so this will be the mainline run coming in, and you'll see we're going to have a couple turnouts. So this turnout will be a lead heading down to an industry down here. So there'll be two sidings back in here with service to a structure. I want to do sort of a flat structure, something along the wall there, build it out. Again, with the whole idea being removable, I want to keep that space open so it's sort of like a showcase piece. We're gonna have another turnout right here where you'll have a couple sidings right here. And as it swings around, you'll see she's going to cross into that secondary module. I'm going to have a sort of like a yard lead here so I can run around track, go around the main so I don't foul the main. And then this, I'm going to have to get a curved turnout for in here so that I can kick this off. I'm going to have two. This is going to be a fairly large industry, I think. something where the cars will be loaded inside the industry, and I want to have it open right here. So still playing around with that. That's why there's quite a bit of space here. Gonna have sort of some sort of scene modeled here with the actual inside of the building exposed and shown. And then obviously that's just the sort of the main line continuing on off into nowhere. So that's sort of a rough idea of what I'm doing right now. You know, I'm definitely open to suggestion. I'm looking at maybe kicking this turnout back. I've been playing around with that. Bring it back. Get a different turnout to kick out to the left here, and kick that siding over a little more. But obviously still experimenting and playing around. So, but at least there's some progress and some movement on the HO stuff. So, gonna start by laying these in and deciding on whether or not I like that idea as a track plan. It gives me lots of interest from an operations standpoint. You know, this spot here is going to be pretty tight when it comes to working this this siding down here, which is going to be kind of fun. You know, you want it to work, but you don't want it to be without its own set of challenges, and that's kind of what makes the puzzle interesting. So definitely open to suggestion, guys. If there's things you're seeing, recommendations you can make, I'm definitely open to it. Obviously nothing's glued, nothing's finalized, but I have been playing around. So once again, this module that you're looking at right here right now would be the one that I would haul around, obviously with the seam being right here, and then this staying almost like a cassette. You know, that's where another big industry will be, but that's sort of where we're at. And then of course I'm going to do LED lighting up top, box that stuff in just to protect the layout. You know, limited on height, so I got to be careful with that when it comes to buildings. But I'm not overly concerned. I want to keep everything removable so I can transport it easily. So all the buildings, any of the large trees, if there are going to be any, things like that will all be fully removable for transport. So that is where we're at with the HO stuff, guys. So excited to get some track down. I've got a Erieau locomotive that I picked up some time ago. Actually, I think it was at the last YouTuber gathering, the very first one. I picked up an RS18 DCC sound with the Sergeant Stripes CN, so obviously a bit of a departure from what I'm doing with the CNO, but those were locomotives that I grew up with my dad, seeing them working in Kitchener on the CN line there. Anything with the Sergeant Stripes and the high nose, whether it was the RS units or the GB9s, really exciting. Always a big fan of the high hood stuff. So, plus you can't go wrong. The sound that comes out of those RS18s is pretty sweet. So, looking forward to getting that humming on these rails here. So that's the update for the HO stuff, guys. Feel free to chime in. Really looking for your input and thought here. And as always, I really appreciate you guys stopping by. Take care. Cheers.